Tonight, there is nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to decide, and nothing you need to solve. As this story begins, allow your body to rest exactly where it is, and let your breathing slow, gentle, and unforced. Imagine yourself drifting, not falling, not flying, but floating effortlessly into the quiet darkness of space. There is no sound here, no urgency, only a deep, endless calm. Far away from the noise of the world, far away from clocks and screens, you begin a slow journey outward, beyond Earth, beyond familiar skies, into a vast ocean made not of water, but of galaxies. As you leave the surface of Earth behind, the planet slowly becomes smaller, softer, and quieter beneath you. The bright lights of cities fade into gentle glows, then disappear entirely. The blue curve of the oceans blends with the white of drifting clouds, and soon even those details soften into a peaceful blur. There is no rush in this movement. Space does not hurry, and neither do you. The silence grows comfortable, wrapping around you like a warm blanket. In this stillness, your thoughts begin to slow, loosening their grip, one by one. Ahead of you stretches the darkness of space, but it is not empty. It is filled with distant light, ancient and calm. Tiny points of brightness appear, scattered gently across the black canvas. These are stars, each one quietly burning, each one far older than any human story. As you drift closer, you begin to sense the scale of what surrounds you. Space is not something to cross quickly. It is something to move through slowly, patiently, allowing its vastness to ease the weight of your mind. You are now floating within the Milky Way galaxy, a massive spiral of stars, dust, and light. From the inside, it does not look like a spiral at all. It feels like a soft glow stretching in every direction. Billions of stars surround you, yet there is no crowding, no pressure. Each star keeps its distance, calmly following its own path through time. Some shine warmly, others faintly, and some are already fading, quietly nearing the end of their long lives. The light you see now may have begun its journey millions of years ago, traveling calmly through space, just to reach this moment. As you continue drifting, the Milky Way slowly reveals its shape. You begin to see its arms, gently curved, like a cosmic whirlpool frozen in slow motion. At its center lies a dense, glowing core, surrounded by clouds of stars so numerous they blur together into a soft, luminous haze. This galaxy is your home galaxy, the one that holds your star, your planet, and every human story ever told. Yet from here, it feels peaceful and small, just one island of light in a much larger sea. Gradually, the Milky Way drifts behind you. It does not vanish suddenly. It recedes slowly, respectfully, until it becomes one glowing spiral among many. Around you now appear other galaxies, each one unique, each one quietly existing without awareness of observers or names. Some are spirals like the Milky Way, their arms gently winding outward. Others are smooth and oval, glowing softly like distant lanterns. Some are irregular, shaped by ancient collisions, still settling into calm after billions of years. You are now floating through what astronomers call a galaxy group, where many galaxies drift together, bound by gravity in a slow, eternal dance. There is no chaos here, only motion measured in millions of years. Galaxies pass one another without urgency, their stars rarely colliding, their paths predictable and calm. The distances between them are vast, filled with darkness that feels less empty and more restful the longer you remain within it. As your journey continues, you begin to sense the true scale of the universe. The galaxies around you are not close neighbors. They are separated by unimaginable distances. Light itself takes hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of years to travel from one to another. This immense spacing creates a feeling of openness so deep that the mind begins to relax completely. Problems that once felt heavy now seem distant and quiet, floating far behind you. You drift onward into deeper space, where galaxy clusters begin to appear. These are massive gatherings of hundreds or even thousands of galaxies, all gently held together by gravity. From afar, they resemble soft clouds of light suspended in darkness. As you pass near one, you notice how calm it feels, despite its enormous size. Even here, where unimaginable mass exists, the universe remains patient, moving at a pace that invites rest rather than tension. In this sea of galaxies, time behaves differently than it does on Earth. Here, moments stretch and soften. There is no morning or night, no deadlines or alarms. Stars are born, live, and fade over billions of years, yet the process feels unhurried, almost tender. Supernovae, when they occur, are rare and distant, their light spreading gently across space, not as explosions of noise, but as silent blooms of brightness. As you float farther, you realize something comforting. The universe does not expect anything from you. It does not demand attention, effort, or understanding. It simply exists, vast and calm, allowing you to exist within it, even if only in imagination. In this realization, a deep sense of ease settles in. Your breathing becomes slower. Your body grows heavier, more relaxed, as if gravity itself has softened. The galaxies around you continue their slow drift, each one a reminder of how small worries truly are when placed against infinite space. The mind, no longer needing to hold on to thoughts, begins to release them naturally. One by one, concerns dissolve into the darkness, leaving behind a gentle awareness, peaceful and quiet. As this first part of the journey comes to a close, you remain floating, suspended in a universe that is vast, silent, and endlessly patient. There is no destination yet, only motion without effort, rest without sleep, and calm without condition. In the next part of this story, you will drift even deeper into this sea of galaxies, exploring their quiet structures and ancient light. For now, simply continue to float, breathe, and rest, carried gently by the calm rhythm of the universe itself. As you continue to float gently forward, the universe opens even wider around you. There is no sense of direction here, no up or down, no forward or backward in the way the mind usually understands. You simply drift, carried by the quiet momentum of space itself. The darkness is deep but never empty, and the soft glow of distant galaxies provides a steady, calming presence, like lanterns scattered across an endless night sea. Ahead of you, a massive spiral galaxy slowly comes into view. From a distance, it appears delicate, almost fragile, yet it contains hundreds of billions of stars, each one calmly burning in silence. As you approach, its spiral arms reveal subtle shades of blue and white, formed by younger stars, while warmer golden tones gather closer to its center, where older stars reside. There is no rush in this movement. Millions of years pass as gently as seconds, and the galaxy seems perfectly content to remain exactly as it is. You drift alongside this galaxy, not entering it, but gliding past at a respectful distance. Within its arms, stars are born inside vast clouds of gas and dust, slowly igniting into quiet light. Planets form around some of these stars, circling patiently, perhaps carrying worlds yet untouched by thought or sound. The idea feels soothing rather than overwhelming. Life, if it exists there, would awaken beneath unfamiliar skies, never knowing this moment of quiet observation. As the galaxy recedes behind you, others take its place. Some appear thin and stretched, shaped by ancient gravitational encounters. Long ago, they brushed past neighboring galaxies, gently pulling at one another, reshaping their forms over immense spans of time. These encounters were not violent in the way the word suggests. They unfolded slowly, like tides meeting in a vast ocean, leaving behind graceful arcs of stars drifting calmly through space. You now find yourself in a region where galaxies are more distant from one another. The darkness between them feels wider, deeper, and more soothing. Light travels here for millions of years without interruption, spreading gently until it becomes faint and soft. In this space between galaxies, the universe feels especially quiet, as if inviting your thoughts to settle even further. The farther you drift, the more you sense how natural this stillness is. On Earth, silence can feel uncomfortable, but here it feels complete. There is nothing missing, nothing waiting to happen. The universe is not paused, it is simply moving at its own peaceful pace. Even the most dramatic events in space occur without sound, without spectacle, unfolding silently in the darkness. A faint glow appears ahead, subtle at first, then gradually more defined. You are approaching a distant galaxy cluster, a gathering of countless galaxies bound together by gravity. From afar, it resembles a softly glowing cloud, its edges blurred and gentle. As you draw closer, individual galaxies emerge, each one distinct, each one calmly following its long, curved path through space. Within this cluster, galaxies move slowly around a shared center, like leaves drifting in a slow-moving current. The scale is immense, yet the motion remains unhurried. Light reflects softly off vast clouds of hot gas that fill the space between galaxies, invisible to human eyes but present nonetheless, adding to the sense that even the emptiest regions are gently alive. As you float through the outer edge of this cluster, you notice how time seems to stretch even further. Billions of years pass as quietly as a single breath. Stars live their entire lives here, from birth to fading embers, without any sense of urgency. This realization brings a deep sense of comfort. There is no need to rush when everything unfolds exactly as it should. Gradually, the cluster begins to fade behind you, its galaxies blending once more into soft points of light. Ahead lies an even greater depth of space, where galaxies thin out and darkness becomes more dominant. Yet this darkness does not feel cold or empty. It feels expansive, like a deep, calm breath held gently by the universe. You begin to notice something subtle and reassuring. No matter how far you drift, the universe remains consistent in its calm. There are no sharp edges, no sudden movements, no demands placed upon you. The vastness itself becomes comforting, reminding you that worries are temporary, small ripples on the surface of a much larger, calmer sea. Your body feels heavier now, more relaxed, as if gravity has softened its hold. Breathing becomes slow and rhythmic, matching the gentle pace of the cosmos. Thoughts that once felt persistent now drift away on their own, dissolving into the darkness without resistance. There is nothing you need to focus on, nothing you need to remember. Far in the distance, the faint glow of countless galaxies continues to shimmer softly, each one a quiet reminder of how much exists beyond human awareness. Yet instead of feeling insignificant, you feel supported, as though the universe itself is holding you in its vast, silent presence. As this part of the journey settles, you remain suspended in this deep cosmic calm, drifting effortlessly through the space between galaxies. In the next section, the journey will carry you even farther, toward regions where the universe reveals its largest structures and most ancient light. For now, allow yourself to rest in this stillness, floating peacefully as the universe continues its gentle, timeless motion around you. You continue drifting without effort, carried forward by a calm that feels deeper than thought. The darkness around you is no longer something you notice. It has become a familiar presence, soft and supportive. Ahead, the universe begins to reveal patterns so vast and subtle that they can only be felt, not rushed. These are the great structures of the cosmos, shaped slowly over billions of years, forming a quiet architecture made of galaxies and space itself. As you move farther outward, the distribution of galaxies begins to change. They no longer appear scattered at random. Instead, they form long, delicate strands of light stretching across unimaginable distances. These strands are known as cosmic filaments, immense bridges of galaxies and dark matter that weave the universe into a vast, three-dimensional web. From your drifting vantage point, they look like faint, glowing threads suspended in darkness, gently curving and connecting one region of space to another. Between these filaments lie enormous empty regions called cosmic voids. These voids are some of the quietest places in existence, vast expanses where galaxies are rare and light is faint. As you float near the edge of one, the darkness feels deeper, more complete. There is a profound stillness here, a sense of space so open that the mind naturally relaxes into it. Nothing interrupts the calm. Nothing intrudes. You drift slowly along a filament, moving past galaxies that appear like dewdrops clinging to an invisible thread. Each galaxy continues its long journey through time, unaware of the larger structure it belongs to. The motion here is subtle, almost imperceptible, measured not in moments but in ages. Gravity works patiently, shaping the universe without force or urgency, guiding matter into these elegant patterns. As you move, you become aware of the ancient light that fills this region of space. Much of what you see began its journey billions of years ago, long before Earth existed, long before the Milky Way took its present form. This light has traveled calmly through expanding space, stretching gently into softer colors, carrying with it the history of the universe. By simply floating here, you are surrounded by time itself, spread thin and peaceful across the cosmos. The farther you drift, the more the universe feels like a living structure, not in the sense of intention, but in the sense of balance. Everything has its place, its rhythm, its quiet purpose. Galaxies gather where gravity allows, and remain absent where space expands more quickly. There is no conflict in this process, only adjustment and flow, like tides responding to the shape of the shoreline. As you pass from one filament into the edge of a cosmic void, the stars grow fewer and the darkness deepens. The absence of light here feels calming rather than unsettling. It is a place of rest where even galaxies are sparse. In these vast regions, space itself expands gently, carrying everything apart at a slow, steady pace. The silence feels complete, as though the universe is inviting you to let go even further. In this quiet, your awareness begins to soften. Thoughts drift more slowly, no longer forming clear shapes. The mind, no longer stimulated by change or urgency, settles into a gentle, dreamlike state. Breathing remains steady and deep, guided by the calm rhythm of the cosmos. You are not observing the universe anymore. You are simply within it. Gradually, distant filaments reappear ahead, faint but persistent, drawing you onward. These immense structures remind you that even in the largest scales, the universe is organized, not chaotic. There is a comforting order here, one that exists without control or effort. Everything unfolds naturally, guided by forces that operate gently over unimaginable spans of time. As you drift alongside another filament, you notice subtle variations in the galaxies it carries. Some glow brighter, actively forming new stars, while others shine softly, their star-forming days mostly behind them. Yet all move together, bound by gravity, participating in the same slow cosmic flow. There is no competition, no hurry, only coexistence. The concept of distance loses meaning here. Millions of light years feel as manageable as a single step. Time stretches and thins, becoming something you feel rather than measure. In this state, the weight of daily concerns fades almost completely. There is nothing to achieve, nothing to finish. The universe asks only that you drift with it. As this section of the journey draws gently to a close, you find yourself suspended between filaments and voids, surrounded by the largest structures that exist. They do not press in on you or demand attention. They simply are vast and calm, offering a sense of perspective that naturally quiets the mind. In the next part of the story, you will drift deeper into the ancient light of the universe itself, toward moments closer to its beginning. For now, remain floating, breathing slowly, resting within the gentle architecture of the cosmos. You continue to drift, carried smoothly through the vast structure of the cosmos, until the sense of movement itself becomes almost imperceptible. Here, distance and direction lose their meaning, replaced by a feeling of gentle immersion. The universe around you feels older now, not in a heavy way, but in a calm, reassuring one, like a deep memory held quietly in the background of everything that exists. All around you is ancient light, light that began its journey not millions, but billions of years ago. This light has traveled calmly through expanding space, stretching and softening over time, becoming faint and gentle by the time it reaches this moment. You are floating within a record of the universe's past, seeing it not as it is now, but as it once was. Every soft glow carries a story from a time long gone, preserved in silence. As you drift farther, the galaxies around you begin to look slightly different. They appear smaller, more compact, their shapes less settled. In these distant regions, you are seeing galaxies as they were closer to their beginnings, still forming, still finding their balance. Stars are born more actively here, glowing blue and bright before slowly calming into warmer tones over billions of years. Even this youthful energy feels gentle from such a distance, softened by time and space. The farther you move, the closer you come to the early universe. Space itself feels denser with light, not brighter, but more evenly filled, as if the darkness has been gently diluted. This is the afterglow of creation, the faint echo of the universe's earliest moments. It does not announce itself with noise or drama. It exists as a soft background, a quiet reminder that everything began in warmth and light. In this region, time feels especially strange. You are not moving backward in the usual sense, but looking deeper into the past simply by traveling farther away. The universe reveals itself layer by layer, each distance corresponding to an earlier chapter of its long, quiet story. The realization feels calming, as if time itself is not something to fear or fight, but something to drift through peacefully. As you float here, surrounded by this ancient glow, the concept of beginnings takes on a gentle quality. The early universe was not chaotic in the way the mind might imagine. It expanded smoothly, evenly, cooling slowly as it grew. Matter gathered patiently, forming the first simple structures that would one day become stars and galaxies. This process unfolded without intention, yet with a natural elegance that continues to shape the cosmos today. The light around you continues to soften, blending seamlessly with the darkness. There are no sharp contrasts here, no sudden changes. Everything feels balanced, steady, and calm. This is a place where the universe seems to be remembering itself, holding on to its past without tension or urgency. Your own thoughts begin to mirror this stillness. Memories drift by gently, without emotion or attachment, appearing and fading like distant galaxies. The mind no longer clings to them. They pass naturally, leaving behind a sense of spaciousness and ease. Breathing remains slow and deep, guided by the quiet rhythm of the universe's expansion. As you drift onward, the galaxies around you thin out even more, becoming faint smudges of light against a softly glowing background. This glow is the most ancient light that exists, a whisper from a time before stars, before galaxies, before structure itself. It surrounds you completely, not as a boundary, but as a gentle presence, even and calming in every direction. Here, there is nothing to observe closely, nothing to analyze. The universe is at its most simple, reduced to light, space, and time moving together in harmony. This simplicity is deeply restful. It invites the mind to let go of complexity, to rest in awareness without thought. As this part of the journey settles, you remain floating within the universe's memory, wrapped in ancient light that has traveled for nearly the entire age of existence to reach you. There is no need to understand it fully. Its presence alone is enough to bring calm. In the next section, the journey will begin to turn gently back toward structure and form, exploring how matter slowly gathered into the galaxies you have already passed. For now, stay here, breathing softly, suspended in the quiet remembrance of the universe itself. You remain suspended in the soft glow of ancient light, drifting gently as the universe continues its slow, patient unfolding. Here, nothing happens suddenly. Change arrives so gradually that it feels more like a feeling than an event. As you float, the smooth background of light begins to show the faintest hints of variation, subtle differences so gentle they are almost imagined. These tiny variations are the quiet beginnings of structure, the first signs of the universe gathering itself. Over immense stretches of time, these barely noticeable differences allow matter to respond to gravity. The pull is incredibly weak, yet endlessly persistent. Slowly, calmly, particles begin to drift closer together, guided not by force, but by balance. There is no struggle in this process. Matter simply follows the gentle curves of space, settling where it naturally belongs. The universe does not rush its own creation. As you drift forward, these regions of slightly denser matter become clearer. They form soft clouds, then long, faint streams, barely visible against the darkness. These are the earliest outlines of the cosmic structures you have already encountered, the filaments and clusters that will one day hold galaxies. At this stage, everything remains quiet and diffuse, as if the universe is still deciding, still easing itself into shape. Time passes without notice. Millions of years flow by like a single, slow breath. The matter around you continues to gather, cooling and settling, becoming more defined. Hydrogen and helium, the simplest elements, dominate the space, drifting together peacefully. There are no stars yet, no bright points of light, only vast, gentle clouds waiting patiently for the conditions to be just right. Eventually, in the densest regions, the gathering matter reaches a delicate threshold. Gravity becomes just strong enough to encourage further collapse. The clouds grow warmer at their centers, though the warmth remains contained, quiet. This is the slow beginning of the first stars. They do not ignite suddenly. They awaken gradually, their light growing softer before it grows strong. As the first stars begin to shine, they bring warmth and structure to the surrounding space. Their light pushes gently against nearby gas, shaping it, guiding it, never forcing it. These stars are massive and short-lived by cosmic standards, yet their lives still last millions of years. When they eventually fade, they release heavier elements into space, enriching the universe in preparation for what will come much later. You drift calmly through this era of early star formation, watching as light becomes more common, though still sparse. Each star feels like a quiet promise rather than a dramatic event. The universe is learning how to shine, how to balance darkness and light. The rhythm remains slow, measured, and soothing. As stars continue to form, they begin to gather into small groups, then larger collections. These early groupings are the ancestors of galaxies. Their shapes are not yet settled, their motions still adjusting. Gravity guides them patiently, allowing them to interact, merge, and grow over long spans of time. There is no chaos here, only gradual refinement. The universe continues to cool and expand, creating more space for these structures to develop. With each passing age, galaxies become more defined, their stars arranged into disks, bulges, and halos. The gentle order you noticed earlier begins to take shape, emerging naturally from the universe's earliest conditions. Throughout this entire process, silence remains unbroken. There are no sounds of formation, no echoes of creation. Everything unfolds quietly, guided by simple rules applied over unimaginable durations. This silence feels deeply comforting, as if the universe itself is inviting rest. Your own awareness mirrors this slow gathering. Thoughts that were once scattered begin to feel more centered, more settled. There is no need to hold on to them. They align naturally, finding balance without effort. Breathing remains steady, deep, and calm, synchronized with the universe's unhurried pace. As this section draws to a gentle close, the universe around you feels more familiar again. Light and structure coexist, galaxies taking their place within the vast cosmic web. You have witnessed how everything began to gather, not through force, but through patience. In the next part of the journey, you will drift among mature galaxies, exploring their quiet lives and slow interactions. For now, continue to float, resting within the calm process of a universe that builds itself gently, one moment at a time. You drift onward into a universe that now feels settled and mature, where galaxies have taken their places within the vast cosmic web. The motion around you remains slow and graceful, almost ceremonial, as if the universe is carefully preserving its calm. Here, galaxies live long, quiet lives, evolving so gradually that change feels like rest rather than movement. As you float near a mature spiral galaxy, its structure becomes gently clear. A soft, glowing disk stretches outward from a brighter center, its spiral arms winding calmly through space. Within these arms, stars are born at an easy pace, emerging from cool clouds of gas that drift and fold like slow-moving tides. There is no urgency in their formation. Each star takes its time, igniting softly, then shining steadily for millions or billions of years. You glide along the edge of this galaxy, noticing how its stars keep their distance, each following a predictable path around the center. Gravity here is firm but kind, holding everything together without pressure. Even the galaxy's central region, dense with stars, feels balanced and quiet, a place of steady light rather than intensity. Farther out, a faint halo surrounds the galaxy, extending much farther than the visible stars. This halo contains older stars and unseen matter, gently shaping the galaxy's motion. It is a reminder that much of the universe is subtle, present without announcing itself. This quiet presence feels comforting, like a steady breath that continues even when unnoticed. As you continue drifting, you encounter an elliptical galaxy, smooth and softly glowing. Unlike spirals, it has no arms, no obvious patterns of rotation. Its stars move in gentle, overlapping paths, creating a calm, rounded shape. These galaxies formed long ago, often through slow mergers, and now exist in a peaceful state, their most active days behind them. Their light is warm and even, offering a sense of stability and rest. Nearby, you notice a pair of galaxies slowly approaching one another. Their movement is so gradual that it feels almost still. Over hundreds of millions of years, they will pass close, their shapes gently stretching, their stars continuing safely on their paths. Eventually, they may merge into a single, larger galaxy, not through collision, but through an extended, patient interaction. Even this merging process feels calm, unfolding without sound, without sudden change. As you float among these galaxies, you become aware of how much space exists within them. Despite containing billions of stars, the distances between those stars are immense. Darkness fills the gaps, creating a sense of openness even within these vast systems. This spaciousness invites the mind to relax, to release the need for focus, and simply be present. Light continues to drift past you, some of it newly formed, some of it ancient beyond comprehension. It all moves at the same steady speed, indifferent to time, carrying quiet stories from distant regions. The universe does not prioritize the new over the old. Everything is allowed to exist together, layered gently across space. As you move from one galaxy to another, you notice subtle differences in color and brightness. These variations reflect their histories, the pace at which they formed stars, the environments they inhabit. Yet none of these differences feel dramatic. They are like variations in tone within a calm piece of music, adding richness without disrupting harmony. The longer you float here, the more natural this stillness feels. The universe at this scale is not a place of sudden events, but of long continuity. Change happens, but it happens slowly enough to feel soothing. Even endings, when stars eventually fade, occur gently, their light dimming over vast stretches of time. Your own sense of self continues to soften within this environment. Thoughts no longer form complete sentences. They appear as faint impressions, then drift away. The body feels heavier, more relaxed, as if supported by the quiet gravity of the cosmos. Breathing becomes deep and effortless, matching the slow rhythm of galactic motion. As this section comes to a close, you find yourself drifting between galaxies, surrounded by their soft, steady light. They ask nothing of you, offer nothing urgent, and yet provide a deep sense of peace. In the next part of the journey, you will move even farther outward, where galaxies gather in vast communities and the universe's largest patterns become visible once more. For now, remain here, floating gently, resting among the quiet lives of galaxies that shine calmly through endless time. You continue your slow, effortless drift, moving beyond individual galaxies and into regions where they gather in enormous communities. The sense of scale expands once again, yet the calm remains unchanged. Space opens wider, and the soft glow of countless galaxies blends together, creating gentle fields of light suspended in darkness. Ahead, a massive galaxy cluster comes into view. From a distance, it appears like a faint, glowing mist, its edges indistinct and smooth. As you float closer, individual galaxies gradually emerge, each one calmly following its own path while remaining part of the larger whole. Hundreds, sometimes thousands of galaxies coexist here, bound together by gravity in a slow, graceful balance. Within this cluster, motion is subtle and continuous. Galaxies drift around a shared center, their paths curved and patient. Some are spirals, their arms winding softly, while others are smooth, elliptical forms glowing evenly. Between them lies vast space filled with hot, invisible gas that gently shapes their movement. Even this unseen matter feels present, contributing to the quiet stability of the cluster. You float through this immense gathering without disturbance, noticing how much space exists even here. Despite the number of galaxies, the distances between them are enormous, allowing darkness to remain dominant. This balance between light and space creates a soothing visual rhythm, one that encourages the mind to slow and rest. As you drift deeper into the cluster, you sense the immense age of these structures. They have existed for billions of years, slowly growing as galaxies join them over time. Their formation was not sudden. It unfolded gradually, guided by gravity's gentle pull. This long history feels calming, a reminder that even the largest things come together patiently. Some galaxies within the cluster show subtle signs of interaction. Their shapes are slightly stretched, their stars drawn into faint arcs by the gravity of neighbors. Yet even these interactions are peaceful, occurring over hundreds of millions of years. Stars continue their journeys undisturbed, maintaining vast distances from one another. There is no violence here, only slow adjustment. Light within the cluster feels softer, filtered through the combined glow of many galaxies. It creates a gentle ambience, like twilight stretched across cosmic distances. The brightness never overwhelms. It remains balanced, inviting quiet observation rather than attention. As you move toward the cluster's center, the density of galaxies increases slightly. The glow becomes warmer, more layered, yet still calm. This region feels like a gathering place, not crowded, but gently populated. Gravity here is stronger, holding everything together without strain, maintaining the cluster's long-term stability. Eventually, you drift past the heart of the cluster and begin moving outward again. The galaxies thin, their light becoming more isolated against the dark. The transition is smooth, almost unnoticeable. Space gradually reclaims its dominance, restoring the deep, open calm that has accompanied you throughout the journey. Far beyond this cluster lie countless others, each separated by immense distances. Together, they form superclusters, the largest known structures in the universe. From your drifting perspective, these vast assemblies appear as faint, extended regions of light connected by delicate filaments. They feel less like objects and more like gentle patterns drawn across the fabric of space. You float near one of these immense structures, sensing its scale without needing to see it fully. It stretches across hundreds of millions of light years, containing countless clusters and galaxies. Yet even at this scale, the universe remains unhurried. Expansion continues quietly, carrying everything gently apart while gravity maintains local bonds. This balance between gathering and drifting creates a steady rhythm throughout the cosmos. Nothing holds on too tightly. Nothing moves away too quickly. The universe finds its calm through this ongoing, patient motion. Your awareness settles even further within this rhythm. The mind no longer tries to imagine the full scale. It simply accepts the feeling of vastness and rests within it. Breathing remains slow and even. The body feels supported, as if floating on a quiet current. As this section concludes, you remain suspended among the universe's largest communities of light, surrounded by structures so vast they dissolve the sense of urgency entirely. In the next part of the journey, you will drift into the deep spaces between these communities, where darkness and expansion create the ultimate sense of openness. For now, continue to float, resting within the calm embrace of the cosmos. You continue your slow, effortless drift, leaving behind the luminous gatherings of galaxies. Ahead stretches the deep spaces between these immense cosmic communities, regions where the distances are almost unimaginable, where darkness dominates and light becomes sparse. Here, the universe feels endless, vast beyond comprehension, yet remarkably calm, offering a sense of openness that is both humbling and soothing. As you float further into these regions, you notice the rare glimmers of distant galaxies appearing like faint points of light scattered across a dark canvas. They are so far apart that the mind struggles to grasp their separation, yet this distance is comforting. There is no crowding, no rush, only expansive space allowing everything to exist quietly without interference. The emptiness here feels like a soft, welcoming blanket, inviting your thoughts to drift freely. The darkness itself is not absolute. It has a gentle depth, almost like a soft, velvety layer stretching in every direction. This void is peaceful, and you sense that it has been expanding for billions of years, slowly stretching space, yet maintaining balance. Gravity acts gently across these distances, shaping structures subtly, without any sudden motion or tension. The vast emptiness is alive only in its stillness, a silent rhythm that mirrors the quiet of your own mind. As you drift through these intergalactic spaces, occasional light from distant clusters reaches you, so faint that it feels like a whisper. The light carries stories from eons past, illuminating the darkness in soft, almost imperceptible pulses. Some of these beams traveled billions of years, stretching gently as space expanded, and yet they arrive now, calm and steady, like messages from the earliest chapters of the cosmos. There is no urgency in their arrival, only a gentle presence. Here, in this ultimate stillness, you can feel the universe's patience. Nothing moves hastily. Stars, galaxies, clusters, and superclusters all follow their long, quiet paths without need for observation or interference. Time itself seems to stretch, softening into something you experience rather than measure. The mind, sensing the boundless calm, begins to release any lingering tension. Breathing deepens naturally, matching the rhythm of the universe. As you float deeper, the voids between filaments and clusters grow larger. Occasionally, a faint filament appears, stretching like a delicate thread across the darkness, carrying a sparse line of galaxies. These structures are the skeleton of the universe, guiding matter across unimaginable distances. Yet even here, their presence is subtle, unobtrusive, and soothing. They provide a sense of connection without pressure, a reminder that even within emptiness, there is gentle order. Farther still, you notice how the universe's expansion has softened over vast scales. Galaxies drift apart at a pace imperceptible to this calm observation, leaving immense gaps of space. These expanding regions give you a sense of freedom, as if the universe itself is breathing slowly, creating room for your mind to relax. There is nowhere you must go, nothing you must achieve, only the slow unfolding of time and space around you. You float amid the quiet interplay between gravity and expansion, sensing how everything exists in balance. The voids are not empty, they are a space for rest, a canvas for light, matter, and energy to move without urgency. Even in their vastness, there is rhythm, a gentle continuity that soothes the soul. You feel supported, carried along by this immense, patient motion. Here, the universe seems infinite in every direction. The mind tries to comprehend the distances, but comprehension gives way to feeling. You sense the immensity rather than measure it, and this shift brings a profound calm. Thoughts that once clung to urgency dissolve, leaving a spacious awareness that mirrors the emptiness and balance of the cosmos. As the minutes drift by, you notice the occasional faint sparkle of a galaxy in the distance, like a lantern glowing softly in a dark hall. These distant points of light are reminders that even within emptiness, there is presence. Their quiet persistence adds a sense of gentle continuity, guiding your awareness deeper into this vast expanse. Your body and mind relax further in response to this calm. The heart rate slows, breathing deepens, and the muscles release tension. The emptiness surrounding you is not threatening. It is supportive, offering room to let go completely. The mind becomes fluid, thoughts slowing into soft ripples that fade effortlessly. As this section comes to a close, you find yourself floating suspended between immense cosmic communities, surrounded by darkness that stretches in all directions yet feels perfectly balanced. Here, in these deep spaces, the universe has revealed its ultimate calm. In the next part of the journey, you will begin to drift toward the faintest, most ancient light still traveling toward you from the edges of the observable cosmos. For now, continue to float, fully supported by the vast, quiet embrace of space itself. You continue to drift effortlessly, moving ever farther into the universe's quietest realms. Here, the emptiness is profound, yet interspersed with faint, delicate glimmers of light. These are the oldest beacons in existence, photons that began their journey billions of years ago, traveling through darkness to meet you in this calm, suspended moment. Each one carries a fragment of the universe's earliest history, arriving with no urgency, only presence. The light around you is soft, stretched by the expansion of space, yet it glows steadily. These photons have witnessed the universe's evolution from near its beginning, traversing vast cosmic distances without interruption. As you drift among them, you feel the immense span of time they represent. There is no noise here, only gentle illumination, a reminder that existence unfolds patiently and without haste. Some of these distant beacons originate from the first galaxies that formed after the universe's early clouds of matter collapsed into stars. They shine faintly, yet persistently, like whispers across billions of years. Their light illuminates the darkness in quiet, uneven patches, softening your awareness and encouraging a calm focus. You feel the weight of your thoughts lessen, as if each flicker of light is carrying away tension, smoothing the mind's edges. Drifting closer to these faint ancient galaxies, you notice how small and delicate they appear. They are tiny compared to the clusters and superclusters you passed earlier, yet they are profoundly significant. They are the ancestors of all later cosmic structures, quietly shaping the universe through gravity and time. Observing them in this calm, suspended state brings a sense of deep continuity, a quiet knowledge that everything unfolds slowly, thoughtfully, and without rush. Between these distant galaxies, the dark spaces stretch like soft blankets, providing vast room for light and matter to move with ease. Even in the emptiest regions, you sense subtle motions, filaments stretching across darkness, sparse galaxies drifting along their paths, and light from the earliest stars traveling unhurriedly to meet your gaze. This slow rhythm resonates deeply with your own body and mind, promoting relaxation and a gentle surrender to stillness. Some light you encounter here comes from galaxies so distant that they appear almost merged with the darkness itself, faint smudges against the black expanse. Yet even these faint points of light carry stories of creation, of stars igniting, living, and fading, leaving behind heavier elements that will one day form new stars and planets. The processes occur over millions or billions of years, but they feel calm, patient, and complete. There is no rush. Everything unfolds as it should. As you float among these ancient beacons, the universe's vast timeline becomes almost tangible. You sense epochs layering upon one another, old light overlapping new, creating a soft, multidimensional glow. Your thoughts begin to mirror this layering, slowing and softening, forming patterns that drift away gently, leaving behind spacious awareness. Breathing deepens, aligning with the calm, timeless rhythm around you. Occasionally, a slightly brighter galaxy emerges from the darkness, its light steadier than the faintest glimmers. These galaxies are older than your own Milky Way, ancient survivors of cosmic history. Their presence feels reassuring, a symbol of endurance and balance. They have persisted through countless billions of years, yet their calm radiance never pressures or demands attention. It simply exists, quietly and faithfully. You notice how these distant lights connect subtly across the darkness, forming patterns too faint to name, yet coherent to the senses. The cosmic web stretches in all directions, a delicate skeleton holding space together, and your awareness becomes part of this quiet lattice. You drift along it effortlessly, feeling supported, carried by the slow and steady motion of the universe. Here, in the vast reaches of the early universe, your mind continues to release tension. Thoughts that once clung to urgency dissolve into the calm dark. Emotions settle softly, as though the universe's patience is mirrored within your own body. Muscles relax, heart rate slows, and your awareness expands to embrace the surrounding stillness. As this section draws to a close, you remain floating among the faintest, most ancient light the universe has to offer. You feel suspended between time and space, carried gently by the patient motion of photons traveling billions of years to meet you. In the next part of the journey, you will begin to drift toward regions where the interplay of light and dark creates subtle cosmic landscapes, offering calm patterns that invite deeper relaxation and reflection. For now, rest within this timeless glow, breathing slowly and feeling fully supported by the universe itself. You continue drifting through the universe's quiet depths, moving gently among the faint, ancient light of distant galaxies. Here, the emptiness is profound, yet patterns begin to emerge, subtle and calming, like a delicate tapestry stretched across the cosmos. These are the quiet landscapes of space, shaped over billions of years by gravity, light, and the patient flow of matter. They are neither chaotic nor hurried. They simply exist, inviting your mind to rest in their gentle rhythm. As you float, you notice elongated filaments of galaxies stretching across the darkness, thin threads connecting clusters like soft veins of light. Between these filaments lie enormous voids, the calmest regions of the universe, where matter is sparse and darkness dominates. The contrast between the glowing threads and the empty spaces creates a pattern that is soothing to the senses, offering visual and mental balance. Your awareness settles into this rhythm, following the gentle alternation of light and dark, movement and stillness. Among the filaments, galaxies drift slowly, some isolated, others in small groups. Each maintains its own calm motion, circling quietly under the influence of gravity. Spiral galaxies spin gently, their arms winding gracefully, while ellipticals glow steadily, their stars moving in soft, rounded orbits. The interactions between these galaxies are subtle, occurring over millions of years, yet they form patterns that feel harmonious and restorative. You notice areas where faint clouds of gas and dust extend between galaxies, illuminated by the soft light of stars. These intergalactic clouds form delicate, glowing structures, almost like brushstrokes across the canvas of space. The shapes are ever-changing, but so gradually that the motion feels like a slow, deliberate breath. Observing them, your own breathing deepens, aligning naturally with the steady, patient rhythm of the cosmos. Farther along, the light from distant clusters begins to blend, creating soft gradients of glow against the surrounding darkness. These gradients are subtle, soothing, and infinitely complex, yet simple to perceive. They suggest motion without urgency, structure without rigidity. Your mind, unpressured and calm, begins to absorb the patterns naturally, releasing tension and allowing thought to drift away like leaves on a quiet stream. Within these cosmic landscapes, there is a gentle interplay of shadows and light. Galaxies cast no literal shadows, yet the distribution of matter and emptiness creates the sensation of layered depth. Some areas appear closer, bathed in faint luminescence, while others fade softly into darkness. This layering produces a calm, three-dimensional effect, enhancing the sense of floating in a vast, serene space. You drift alongside faintly glowing filaments, noticing small variations in brightness and tone. These differences are subtle, like soft notes in a long, quiet melody. Each galaxy's light contributes to the harmony, yet none dominates. The overall effect is restorative, as if the universe is offering a gentle lullaby, unfolding slowly across billions of years and immense distances. As you continue, the emptiness between these cosmic patterns becomes a companion rather than a void. It gives space for rest, reflection, and ease. The vast distances allow the mind to slow, thoughts to loosen, and the body to sink comfortably into calm. Even the concept of time fades, leaving only the sensation of floating, breathing, and existing within this gentle, expansive environment. Occasionally, faint ancient light appears from even more distant galaxies, layering onto the foreground patterns like the final strokes of a painting. The combination of these layers creates a soft, textured universe that is rich, yet calming, complex, yet simple to perceive. You realize that this vast arrangement is neither perfect nor chaotic. It simply is, and its existence alone is enough to soothe and support you. Your body and mind have fully synchronized with the rhythm of these subtle landscapes. Muscles release tension, breathing flows effortlessly, and the heart settles into a steady, calm pace. Your awareness expands gently, embracing the entirety of the soft patterns, the glowing filaments, and the deep darkness. Each moment feels longer, yet lighter, as if time itself has slowed to allow the mind to rest completely. As this section draws to a close, you find yourself floating peacefully within these gentle cosmic landscapes, suspended between glowing structures and calm voids. There is no urgency, no pressure, only the universe's patient motion and quiet illumination. In the next section, the journey will continue to explore the interplay of galaxies and light, drawing you ever deeper into the calm, restorative flow of space. For now, remain suspended, breathing slowly, and resting fully in the soft embrace of the universe. You continue your gentle drift, moving deeper into regions where galaxies interact in slow, elegant patterns. Here, the universe feels alive, yet still profoundly calm. The motion of galaxies is subtle and unhurried, a delicate choreography spanning millions of years. From your peaceful vantage point, it resembles a quiet dance, each galaxy moving with purpose, yet without haste, contributing to the universe's serene rhythm. Ahead, a pair of spiral galaxies slowly approaches one another. Their arms extend slightly, curving toward each other as gravity exerts a gentle influence. There is no sense of collision or chaos, only a measured, patient interaction that will continue over hundreds of millions of years. Stars glide in their orbits, unaffected by the nearby motion, their light continuing to shine steadily, adding soft illumination to the surrounding space. As you drift closer, you notice subtle ripples in the shape of the galaxies, caused by their mutual influence. Spiral arms stretch slightly, dust clouds shift imperceptibly, and faint streams of stars begin to trail behind. Yet everything remains peaceful. The changes are gradual, occurring over spans far beyond immediate comprehension. This slow, natural adjustment creates a sense of calm, as if the universe itself is breathing in gentle, measured cycles. Nearby, an elliptical galaxy floats, unaffected by its neighbor's motion, glowing steadily with the soft light of countless stars. Its quiet stability provides a counterpoint to the slowly dancing pairs, reinforcing the sense of balance. Even in its apparent stillness, it contributes to the rhythm of the surrounding space, moving imperceptibly under the influence of gravity, part of a larger, serene cosmic pattern. As you drift through this region, small clusters of galaxies appear, each forming a miniature community within the vast expanse. Their movement is slow, coordinated by gravity, yet without pressure or urgency. Stars continue their calm journeys. Star formation occurs gently within dense clouds, and intergalactic gas drifts lazily between members of the cluster. The effect is both dynamic and deeply relaxing, a demonstration of motion without noise, interaction without stress. Occasionally, you catch the faint glow of tidal streams, delicate trails of stars drawn out from one galaxy by the gravitational pull of another. These streams curve gracefully through space, connecting galaxies in a silent web of light. They are reminders of connection and movement, subtle yet persistent, existing in harmony with the vast, surrounding darkness. Observing them, your own mind feels interconnected with the gentle flow of the cosmos, thoughts slowing and fading naturally. As the galaxies continue their slow dance, you notice faint background galaxies in the distance, forming a soft, layered backdrop. Their light blends seamlessly with the main structures, creating an expansive, textured environment that is soothing to the senses. The contrasts are gentle, bright against dim, close against distant, active against quiet. This interplay adds depth to the universe's calm, reinforcing a sense of balance and continuity. Your awareness begins to match the tempo of the galaxy's motions. Thoughts drift slowly, unforced, following the natural rhythm of orbiting stars and moving clusters. Breathing deepens, muscles relax further, and the body sinks comfortably into a state of calm. The universe's gentle patterns become a framework for rest, allowing the mind to let go of tension and fully immerse in peaceful observation. Floating here, you sense the continuity of cosmic motion. Nothing starts abruptly, nothing ends suddenly. Even the grandest interactions, galaxies merging or stretching in tidal influence, occur with patience, measured over spans that dwarf human experience. This knowledge encourages a profound sense of acceptance and calm. You are reminded that everything, no matter how immense, unfolds in its own time. As this section nears its end, the quiet dance continues, endless and unhurried, stretching across the cosmos. You remain suspended among galaxies, clusters, and tidal streams, carried gently by gravity's subtle pull and the steady drift of space itself. In the next section, the journey will take you to the heart of larger structures, exploring superclusters and the soft patterns that govern the universe on its grandest scales. For now, simply float, breathe, and rest in the serene rhythm of the galaxy dance around you. You continue drifting through the vast cosmic ocean, moving beyond individual galaxies and clusters into regions where the universe's largest structures come into view, superclusters. These immense assemblies stretch across hundreds of millions of light years, connecting thousands of galaxies and clusters through faint filaments of matter. Despite their enormity, the sense of calm remains. Motion here is slow, measured, and harmonious, creating a serene backdrop for your continued journey. As you approach a supercluster, the scale becomes almost incomprehensible. What once seemed immense, the clusters you passed earlier, now appear like tiny points of light within a much larger framework. Filaments stretch outward, faintly glowing threads linking clusters in delicate, intricate patterns. Between these filaments lie immense voids, dark expanses that further accentuate the glowing threads, creating a balanced cosmic landscape. Floating along one of these filaments, you notice the gentle interplay between gravity and expansion. Clusters and galaxies drift steadily, influenced by the pull of nearby masses, yet the movement is subtle, almost imperceptible. Stars within galaxies continue their calm orbits, unaffected by the larger motion around them. This layered rhythm creates a sense of continuity, a vast, soothing pulse that guides your awareness deeper into relaxation. Within the supercluster, some regions are denser, with multiple clusters bound closely together. Their combined glow softens the surrounding darkness, creating a comforting warmth across the vast distances. Light from these clusters reaches you after traveling millions of years, blending seamlessly with fainter galaxies beyond. The effect is a subtle gradient, soft and hypnotic, inviting the mind to drift along the calm currents of the universe. The filaments themselves appear delicate, yet they are strong enough to hold massive structures in gentle balance. Galaxies traverse these threads, moving slowly, their paths intertwined yet unobtrusive. You notice faint tidal interactions occurring between cluster members, small shifts in galaxy positions unfolding over millions of years. Even these slow dynamics feel restorative, demonstrating motion without urgency or disturbance. As you drift farther into the supercluster, the enormity of space becomes evident. Distances are so vast that even light takes millions of years to travel from one end to the other. Yet, despite this immensity, there is coherence. The universe at this scale is neither chaotic nor empty. Every galaxy, cluster, and filament moves in harmony, guided by gravity and the expansion of space. The patterns are subtle, continuous, and profoundly calming. You notice soft gradients of light and shadow across the supercluster, created by the distribution of galaxies and clusters. These patterns are not sharp or jarring. They blend seamlessly into one another, forming a gentle, cosmic tapestry. Observing them, your mind begins to mimic this softness. Thoughts slow, tensions dissolve, and awareness expands without effort. You are suspended in the same balance that governs these immense structures. Some of the more distant clusters within the supercluster appear as faint smudges of light, their details blurred by distance and time. Yet even these faint shapes contribute to the overall harmony. Their presence adds depth and texture to the cosmic landscape, reinforcing the sensation of spaciousness and calm. There is nothing to analyze or control, just observe, float, and breathe. As you drift along, the interconnected filaments guide your journey naturally. The universe feels like a living lattice, gentle yet strong, where light and matter coexist in steady rhythm. You feel carried by this subtle order, supported by the soft pull of gravity and the patient flow of space. Every inhale and exhale aligns with the quiet pulse of the cosmos, deepening relaxation and comfort. The sense of scale is humbling, yet reassuring. Even at this vastness, the universe exhibits patience, balance, and gentle motion. There is no hurry, no abrupt change, only a slow, deliberate unfolding that has continued for billions of years. This awareness encourages your mind and body to synchronize with the natural rhythm, releasing any remaining tension. As this section comes to a close, you remain floating within the supercluster, suspended among interconnected filaments, luminous clusters, and faint voids. The calm patterns, subtle motion, and soft light create a sense of deep rest and spaciousness. In the next section, you will drift toward even larger scales, exploring the interplay between superclusters and the overall cosmic web, moving closer to the ultimate vastness of the universe. For now, simply float, breathe slowly, and rest fully in the serene harmony of these enormous structures. You continue to drift through the universe, leaving individual superclusters behind and moving into the realm of the cosmic web, the largest known pattern in existence. Here, superclusters, filaments, and voids interconnect across unimaginable distances, forming a delicate lattice that stretches through the fabric of space. From your vantage point, it is a breathtaking sight, soft, glowing threads winding through dark expanses, creating a vast, serene network. As you glide along one of the filaments, the immense scale becomes evident. Thousands of galaxies drift along these threads, each moving at its own unhurried pace, yet all guided by gravity and the overall flow of the web. Light from distant stars and galaxies reaches you as gentle, diffuse illumination, blending seamlessly with the surrounding darkness. There is no sense of hurry or chaos, only a slow, continuous motion that soothes the mind. Between the filaments lie enormous voids, dark and quiet, stretching across millions of light years. These empty regions provide contrast to the glowing threads, emphasizing their gentle curves and subtle patterns. The voids themselves are peaceful, not empty in a threatening way, but spacious and calm. Floating here, you feel the vastness around you, and a sense of openness settles deep into your awareness. Some filaments twist and curve, connecting superclusters with grace and precision. Along these threads, galaxies form loose chains and small groups, drifting with patience through the cosmic sea. Occasionally, faint tidal streams link galaxies across short distances, their motion slow and harmonious. Observing these details, your mind mirrors the quiet coordination of the cosmos, thoughts softening and drifting away without effort. The light within the cosmic web is subtle but persistent. Some galaxies shine brighter, forming clusters that punctuate the filaments, while others glow faintly, barely distinguishable from the darkness. This variation creates a gentle pattern, like a calm, cosmic music composed of light and distance. Your awareness follows this rhythm naturally, breathing in sync with the slow, vast motions around you. As you drift deeper, you notice faint gradients in the cosmic filaments, created by the density of galaxies and clusters along their length. Some areas glow warmly, while others are cooler and dimmer, producing a soft interplay of light and shadow. These subtle contrasts enhance the sense of depth and scale, giving the illusion of a three-dimensional lattice suspended in eternal space. Occasionally, ancient light from distant, barely visible galaxies drifts past, adding a whisper of history to the scene. This light traveled billions of years to reach your eyes, carrying the calm, patient story of the universe's evolution. It blends into the soft glow of closer galaxies, creating layers of illumination that are both beautiful and deeply calming. Observing these layers encourages your own mind to layer thought lightly, letting each idea pass gently into stillness. As you float among these vast structures, the patterns of motion are subtle yet coherent. Galaxies drift along the filaments, clusters orbit their centers, and voids expand quietly, all in perfect balance. There is no tension, no forceful collisions, just the universe moving according to its own rhythm. This natural order encourages a profound sense of ease, as if the cosmos itself is guiding you into rest. Your own body responds to this immense calm. Muscles relax, breathing deepens, and the mind slows to a gentle pace, following the vast, patient movements of the cosmic web. Each inhalation and exhalation matches the rhythm of the galaxies, and every heartbeat feels aligned with the gentle pull of gravity across unimaginable distances. You feel supported, weightless, and completely at peace. As this section draws to a close, You find yourself floating within the intricate lattice of the cosmic web, suspended between glowing filaments and deep, quiet voids. The delicate patterns, slow motion, and subtle illumination create a profound sense of rest and spaciousness. In the next section, you will drift closer to individual galaxies within these filaments, exploring their soft interactions and the gentle rhythm of their stars. For now, continue to float, breathe slowly, and rest fully in the calm embrace of the cosmic web. You continue to drift gently along the cosmic web, moving closer to the galaxies embedded within its filaments. Here, the glow of countless stars is soft and continuous, forming delicate patterns that stretch across the dark voids. Each galaxy seems to have its own slow rhythm, yet all are part of the gentle flow of the web. The universe feels calm, deliberate, and immensely patient. As you approach a filament, the galaxies appear as softly glowing islands scattered along its length. Spiral galaxies stretch their arms gracefully, their stars moving in quiet, steady orbits. Elliptical galaxies glow evenly, their light warm and unhurried. Between them, small clusters drift like gentle currents, occasionally connected by faint streams of stars pulled by gravity. The effect is like floating through a river of light that winds slowly through infinite darkness. You glide alongside one of the spiral galaxies, observing its arms spiral outward with serene precision. Within these arms, star-forming regions glow softly, their light barely distinguishable against the larger glow of the galaxy. Stars ignite slowly, live their quiet lives, and fade gently. The process feels harmonious and unhurried, emphasizing patience and continuity over spectacle. You sense that time here flows differently, soft and expansive. Nearby, an elliptical galaxy drifts in calm isolation. Its light is steady, each star moving predictably in the galaxy's round shape. Unlike spirals, it shows no dramatic features, yet its presence is soothing, a reminder of stability amid the broader, more intricate patterns of the filament. Its quiet endurance mirrors the vast calm of the universe around it. As you continue floating, you notice tidal streams linking some galaxies. These streams, composed of stars slowly drawn from neighboring galaxies, form soft, glowing bridges across the darkness. The motion is so gradual that it seems almost timeless, emphasizing a peaceful continuity rather than dramatic change. Observing these streams, your mind begins to match their rhythm, thoughts slowing and drifting effortlessly. Light within the filament varies subtly. Some regions glow more warmly, filled with densely packed galaxies, while others are cooler and sparser. These gentle shifts create a soft, natural pattern that guides your eyes and mind along the filament without effort. The interplay of light and darkness encourages relaxation, drawing your awareness to the serene movement of matter across cosmic scales. Between the galaxies, the darkness is profound yet comforting. This emptiness provides room for perspective, inviting your mind to expand and release tension. The voids are not empty in a harsh sense. They are spaces for rest, quiet, and reflection. Floating through them, you sense a gentle openness, a slow rhythm that carries both galaxies and yourself along a calm path. Occasionally, you notice faint ancient light streaming past from even more distant galaxies. This light blends with the nearer glow, adding layers of depth and texture to the cosmic landscape. Each layer is soft, gradual, and calming, reinforcing the sense of space and time stretching gently in every direction. Your breathing synchronizes with this rhythm, slow and deep, mirroring the patient motion of the galaxies. Your awareness begins to feel intertwined with the movement of the filament. As galaxies drift along their gentle paths, your thoughts follow the soft arcs of stars and streams of light. Muscles release tension, heartbeat slows, and a profound sense of weightless ease settles throughout your body. You feel carried along effortlessly, supported by the universe's calm structure. As this section comes to a close, you remain suspended among the filament galaxies, drifting gently along their interconnected paths. The glow of stars, the soft motion of galaxies, and the quiet expanse of surrounding darkness combine to create a serene environment. In the next section, the journey will explore the spaces where filaments intersect, revealing small cosmic nodes and clusters that pulse softly with life. For now, float slowly, breathe deeply, and rest fully within the gentle flow of this luminous filament. You continue drifting along the vast cosmic web, approaching regions where filaments intersect. These intersections, known as cosmic nodes, are gentle concentrations of galaxies and clusters. They do not overwhelm. Rather, they glow softly, like quiet oases of light amidst the surrounding darkness. The motion here is slightly more concentrated than in the filaments, yet it remains calm, slow, and deeply reassuring. As you float closer, the nodes reveal themselves as soft gatherings of galaxies, each following its own path while contributing to the collective glow. Spiral galaxies extend their delicate arms, forming elegant curves, while elliptical galaxies maintain their steady, rounded light. The nodes are subtle, layered patterns of motion and illumination, emphasizing balance and harmony over chaos or drama. Within these nodes, small clusters of galaxies drift slowly in gravitational embrace. Their movement is barely perceptible on human timescales, yet the interplay creates a soothing rhythm, a quiet dance that mirrors the cosmic patterns you have observed throughout the journey. Stars within these galaxies continue their lives calmly, forming, shining, and fading in unhurried cycles. The energy of the nodes is steady and gentle, a soft heartbeat within the vast structure of the universe. You notice faint streams of stars and intergalactic gas weaving between galaxies in the nodes. These streams, drawn by gravity, form luminous bridges that link galaxies together. The motion is slow, almost imperceptible, creating soft arcs of light that guide your eye along the structure. Observing these streams encourages a sense of connection and continuity, reminding you that even in the largest scales, everything moves in harmony. The light within the nodes is warmer and slightly more layered than in the surrounding filaments. The accumulation of galaxies creates a gentle radiance that contrasts softly with the surrounding darkness. Yet there is no harshness or intensity. The glow is evenly distributed, supporting calm observation rather than demanding attention. The interplay of light and shadow forms subtle patterns, like quiet brushstrokes across an infinite canvas. Between the galaxies, deep voids continue to provide space and openness. Even within these denser regions, the darkness of intergalactic space allows the mind to rest, offering room for awareness to expand without strain. The balance between illuminated nodes and empty spaces creates a visual and mental harmony that is profoundly calming. As you drift further into a node, you notice that the motion of galaxies follows gentle arcs along gravitational paths. There is no rush or collision. Each galaxy moves in concert with its neighbors, forming a slow, continuous flow. This motion is echoed in the faint ripples of tidal streams, the soft orbiting of clusters, and the subtle glimmer of distant light. Everything moves together in quiet rhythm, offering a sense of patience and stability. Occasionally, light from even more distant galaxies filters through the node, adding faint layers to the luminous tapestry. These ancient photons enhance the depth of the scene, creating a three-dimensional impression of space and time. Your mind naturally aligns with this rhythm, thoughts slowing and drifting, awareness softening, and your body relaxing deeply in response. Your own breathing begins to match the gentle pulse of the node. Each breath echoes the steady, unhurried motion of galaxies and clusters. Muscles release tension, the heart slows, and your sense of presence becomes fluid, weightless, and expansive. You feel supported, as if the node itself is cradling you within its calm gravitational embrace. As this section concludes, you find yourself floating gently at the center of a cosmic node, surrounded by softly glowing galaxies, faint tidal streams, and quiet, open voids. The interplay of light, structure, and motion creates a deep sense of rest, spaciousness, and serenity. In the next section, the journey will take you to explore the interplay between these nodes and the surrounding filaments, observing how the universe maintains balance and harmony on the grandest scales. For now, simply float, breathe slowly, and rest fully in the calm glow of the cosmic intersection. You continue drifting gently, leaving the center of the cosmic node behind, and moving along the subtle currents that connect one node to another. These flows, running through the filaments of the cosmic web, carry galaxies, clusters, and light in slow, steady paths. There is no rush here, only an unhurried, graceful movement that echoes the patient rhythm of the universe itself. The filaments stretching between nodes appear like delicate threads of glowing light against the dark void. Along them, galaxies drift in measured orbits, spirals and ellipticals alike, following paths determined by gravity's gentle pull. Tidal streams occasionally bridge galaxies, forming faint, curving arcs of stars that connect one point of light to another. These streams are subtle reminders of the interconnectedness of the cosmos, quiet yet persistent over millions of years. As you float along a filament, you notice the slight variation in galaxy density. Some regions are sparse, almost silent, while others host small clusters that emit a soft glow. This variation creates a gentle visual rhythm, guiding your awareness from one point to the next without urgency. The universe here feels like a slow, carefully composed melody, each movement perfectly measured to induce calm and rest. The light along the filaments is soft and diffuse. Some galaxies shine faintly, their glow stretched and softened by distance, while others add brighter accents to the subtle pattern. The interplay of warm and cool tones creates a soothing balance, like a cosmic watercolor painted across infinite space. Observing these gradients, your own awareness begins to blend with the rhythm, thoughts drifting gently in harmony with the motion of galaxies. Between the galaxies, the darkness stretches deeply, offering vast expanses of emptiness. Yet these voids do not feel threatening. Instead, they provide space for the mind to expand, for awareness to float freely without tension. You sense that the universe is patient, holding the darkness and the light together, allowing both to coexist in perfect equilibrium. This balance fosters a profound relaxation as your body and mind align with the gentle, expansive environment. Occasionally, the faint glow of ancient light filters through photons that have traveled billions of years along these filaments. They arrive quietly, adding layers of soft illumination that emphasize depth and distance. The long journey of this light reminds you of the universe's patience. Every movement, every formation, unfolds over immense timescales, with no need for haste. Observing this encourages a similar patience within yourself. As you drift further along the filament, subtle interactions between galaxies can be observed. Stars are slowly tugged into faint streams, and small satellite galaxies orbit larger ones, tracing gentle curves through space. These motions are imperceptibly slow, yet they add to the quiet dynamism of the cosmic web. There is a sense of motion without urgency, of evolution without pressure, a rhythm that invites the mind to rest. Your breathing synchronizes naturally with this flow. Each inhale and exhale aligns with the measured movement of galaxies, tidal streams, and clusters. Muscles release tension completely, the heart slows, and your body feels weightless, cradled by the expansive space around you. Thoughts soften, drifting like faint ripples on an endless cosmic sea, and awareness expands into the surrounding calm. The path between nodes eventually leads you to the edge of another small cluster. Here, the density of galaxies increases subtly, the soft glow warming slightly as you approach. Yet the transition is seamless, smooth, and gentle. The universe maintains its calm, preserving a steady rhythm across distances so vast they are almost impossible to imagine. Every shift is deliberate, unhurried, and soothing. As this section draws to a close, you find yourself floating along the connecting filaments of the cosmic web, moving from one node to the next in a slow, graceful flow. The interplay of light and dark, motion and stillness, creates a profound sense of serenity and balance. In the next section, the journey will explore the quiet dynamics of galaxy clusters themselves, observing their gentle evolution and the subtle energy that moves within these larger cosmic communities. For now, float freely, breathe deeply, and rest completely within the calm flow of the universe. You continue your slow drift, arriving at a galaxy cluster nestled within the vast filaments of the cosmic web. These clusters are calm yet alive, composed of hundreds or even thousands of galaxies bound together by gravity. Here, motion is subtle but perceptible, a gentle pulse that carries energy without urgency. It is as though the cluster itself is breathing, a slow and rhythmic heartbeat across immense scales of space. As you float closer, the individual galaxies within the cluster become visible. Spiral galaxies extend their softly glowing arms, elliptical galaxies radiate steady, warm light, and small dwarf galaxies drift quietly among them. Each moves predictably along its orbit, tracing curves that have been maintained for millions of years. The motion is harmonious, coordinated by gravity, yet free from haste or disruption. The space between galaxies is filled with faint gas and dust, creating soft, luminous clouds that weave through the cluster. These clouds glow gently under the light of nearby stars, forming delicate patterns that flow between galaxies. Occasionally, tidal streams of stars link members of the cluster, tracing elegant, slow arcs that reveal the cluster's gentle interactions. Observing these streams encourages a sense of continuity and calm, as if the universe itself is guiding the rhythm of motion. Light within the cluster varies subtly, creating layered patterns of brightness and shadow. Denser regions radiate a warm glow, while sparsely populated areas fade into gentle darkness. The overall effect is like a soft cosmic tapestry, infinite yet soothing, intricate yet simple to perceive. Your awareness begins to resonate with these patterns, thoughts slowing and dissolving into spacious calm. Even within this concentrated environment, the movement of galaxies remains slow and deliberate. Stars within each galaxy continue their quiet lives, forming and fading without hurry. Clusters themselves drift imperceptibly, adjusting over millions of years to the gravitational balance of the surrounding structures. There is no abruptness here, only a gentle flow of energy and matter, creating a sense of profound stability. Between the galaxies, the voids provide room for rest and expansion. These spaces are quiet, supporting your mind as it aligns with the gentle pulse of the cluster. You feel weightless, carried along by the slow drift of galaxies, as though the cluster itself is cradling you within its calm gravitational embrace. Breathing deepens naturally, synchronizing with the subtle rhythm of motion all around. Occasionally, distant light from galaxies beyond the cluster filters through, adding faint layers to the luminous pattern. Ancient photons mingle with the cluster's glow, creating a soft, multidimensional effect that is both calming and mesmerizing. The combination of nearby structure and distant illumination enhances the sense of depth and expansiveness, inviting complete relaxation. As you observe, the cluster's subtle energy becomes apparent. It is not dramatic or forceful. It is steady and continuous, a flow that underpins the entire region. You sense the interconnectedness of galaxies within the cluster and the larger cosmic web surrounding them. Everything moves together with purpose, yet without pressure, a perfect example of cosmic patience and harmony. Your own awareness begins to align with this pulse. Thoughts drift softly, muscles release tension, and heartbeat slows in resonance with the cluster's calm energy. You feel fully supported, weightless, and at ease. The universe's gentle pulse becomes your own, creating a profound sense of peace and spaciousness. As this section draws to a close, you remain suspended within the cluster, floating among softly glowing galaxies, luminous clouds, and faint tidal streams. The interplay of light, motion, and space creates a deep sense of serenity, inviting your body and mind to rest completely. In the next section, the journey will extend to the outer edges of clusters and the surrounding voids, exploring how the universe balances density and emptiness to maintain calm and harmony. For now, float slowly, breathe deeply, and immerse yourself fully in the gentle pulse of this cosmic community. You continue drifting gently, moving from the denser core of a galaxy cluster toward its outer edges, where the light softens and the galaxies become more sparsely distributed. Here, the transition from concentrated warmth to open darkness is gradual, almost imperceptible. The motion of galaxies slows further, and the universe feels even more expansive, offering a sense of ultimate openness and calm. As you approach the cluster's boundary, the spirals and ellipticals you observed earlier grow more isolated. Small dwarf galaxies drift quietly, moving along gentle arcs influenced by the subtle pull of the cluster's gravity. Stars within these galaxies continue their steady orbits, forming new stars, shining, and fading with perfect patience. Everything moves slowly, harmoniously, creating a rhythm that feels reassuring and restorative. The light along the edges of the cluster is soft and diffuse. Galaxies glow faintly, blending with the darkness of the surrounding voids. Between them, vast stretches of empty space stretch outward like calm, dark oceans, providing room for perspective and rest. These voids are immense yet comforting, emphasizing the peacefulness of space and the natural flow of the universe. You notice delicate filaments extending from the cluster into the voids, connecting distant galaxies in a subtle web. Along these threads, stars and gas drift slowly, forming faint luminous patterns that guide your gaze. These filaments act as gentle highways, carrying matter and light between the cluster and the surrounding regions. Observing them encourages your mind to float along the same path, thoughts slowing and fading effortlessly. Occasionally, ancient light streams past from galaxies far beyond the cluster. These photons have traveled billions of years, crossing immense distances in quiet perseverance. Their soft glow blends with the cluster's faint light, layering the cosmic landscape in a gentle, multidimensional pattern. The combination of nearby galaxies and distant illumination creates a soothing visual texture, inviting deep relaxation. Between the cluster's outskirts and the expansive voids, tidal streams occasionally become visible. These delicate flows of stars and gas trace slow curves through space, forming quiet connections between galaxies. The motion is so gradual that it feels almost frozen in time, yet it carries energy and purpose. Observing these streams deepens the sense of calm, revealing the subtle interactions that maintain balance across vast distances. The voids themselves feel endless, yet not empty in a harsh sense. They provide space for the universe to breathe, allowing galaxies to drift freely while maintaining harmony. This openness invites your mind to release tension, to expand with the vastness, and to rest fully in the surrounding stillness. Every inhale and exhale aligns with the quiet expansiveness, deepening your relaxation. As you float at the edges of the cluster, you sense the universe's patience and balance. Dense regions and empty spaces coexist perfectly, light and darkness weaving together to form a harmonious environment. Motion and stillness are integrated seamlessly, creating a rhythm that resonates deeply with your body and mind. You feel weightless, supported, and immersed in this gentle cosmic flow. Occasionally, faint distant galaxies appear on the horizon, their glow stretching across voids and filaments. Their presence reinforces the sense of continuity, connecting the local cluster with the broader cosmic web. Observing these faraway lights, your awareness expands into a quiet, vast perspective, allowing the mind to drift peacefully along with the universe. As this section concludes, you remain suspended between the outer edges of the cluster and the expansive voids beyond. The soft light, gentle motion, and immense darkness combine to create profound serenity. In the next section, the journey will move to the largest scale of the cosmos, the interplay of multiple superclusters, filaments, and voids across the observable universe. For now, float slowly, breathe deeply, and rest completely in this peaceful threshold between density and emptiness. You continue drifting, moving beyond individual clusters and filaments, into a perspective where the entire observable universe begins to unfold. From this vantage, the vast network of superclusters, filaments, nodes, and voids stretches endlessly in every direction, forming a delicate cosmic web. The scale is almost impossible to comprehend, yet the calm remains. The universe is patient, balanced, and serene. From here, superclusters appear as faint, glowing islands of light, connected by filaments that form soft, luminous threads across the dark voids. Between them lie immense emptinesses, vast expanses of darkness that emphasize the scale of the structures without ever feeling threatening. The interplay between glowing matter and deep space creates a gentle rhythm, a vast and harmonious pattern that is soothing to observe. Along the filaments, individual galaxies and clusters drift slowly, their motion guided by gravity and cosmic expansion. Spiral galaxies rotate gracefully, ellipticals glow steadily, and faint dwarf galaxies move silently along the edges of the network. Tidal streams occasionally trace soft arcs between members, forming subtle bridges of light. These motions are almost imperceptible, yet they contribute to a dynamic equilibrium that extends across unimaginable distances. Light in this vast view is layered and diffuse. Nearby structures glow warmly, while distant superclusters appear faint and muted. The blending of brightness and shadow creates a soft, textured tapestry, emphasizing depth and distance. Ancient photons from the earliest galaxies filter through, carrying the story of the universe's evolution across billions of years. This layered illumination invites calm and contemplation, encouraging your mind to rest fully in the expansive scale of existence. The voids dominate the scene, stretching across hundreds of millions of light years. Yet their presence is comforting. They provide space for matter to flow, for galaxies to drift freely, and for the universe to breathe. Observing these voids, your mind mirrors the emptiness, thoughts slowing and releasing tension, aligning naturally with the patient rhythm of cosmic expansion. Across the cosmic web, subtle patterns emerge. Filaments connect superclusters like delicate threads, nodes mark gentle intersections, and voids create space for motion and rest. This large-scale organization is neither chaotic nor rigid. It is fluid, continuous, and harmonious. Floating here, you feel the interconnectivity of everything, the motion of galaxies, the stretch of filaments, and the quiet spaces between, all moving together in silent agreement. Ancient light traveling from the edges of the observable universe adds a faint, ethereal glow to the scene. These photons have journeyed across time and space, stretching and fading yet persisting. Their presence adds a sense of depth and timelessness, reminding you that the universe evolves slowly, carefully, and beautifully. There is no rush, everything unfolds in its own perfect timing. Your body and mind continue to align with this rhythm. Breathing becomes slow and even, muscles relax completely, and awareness expands outward, feeling weightless and supported by the calm of the universe. Thoughts drift gently, like distant galaxies along their cosmic paths, softening and fading into the vast stillness. As this section comes to a close, you find yourself suspended above the largest scales of the universe, observing the interconnected superclusters, filaments, nodes, and voids in quiet harmony. The patterns, light, and space create a profound sense of serenity and rest. In the final section, you will drift beyond the observable universe, experiencing the ultimate calm of the infinite cosmos and the deep stillness that exists beyond all structures. For now, float slowly, breathe deeply, and immerse yourself fully in this grand, harmonious expanse. You continue your gentle drift, moving past the largest observable structures, beyond the farthest superclusters and filaments, into a realm where the universe stretches beyond comprehension. Here, there are no boundaries, no edges, no reference points, only infinite space, vast and calm. The darkness is profound, yet it carries a sense of presence, a soft, supportive void that invites total relaxation and deep rest. In this ultimate vastness, the faint glow of distant galaxies fades completely. Light becomes scattered and rare, leaving space to exist in its purest form. The emptiness is not threatening. It is expansive, gentle, and reassuring. You feel suspended, weightless, carried effortlessly by the infinite calm that surrounds you. The universe itself seems to breathe slowly, patiently, and you join its rhythm naturally. Occasionally, a faint glimmer appears in the distance, a photon traveling from beyond, ancient and steady. Even these subtle lights do not disturb the peace. They integrate softly into the infinite darkness, enhancing rather than interrupting the serenity. Each light is a quiet reminder that existence persists even in the farthest reaches, yet all is balanced, calm, and harmonious. In this boundless space, there is no motion that demands attention. Expansion continues, but it is so gradual that it feels like a gentle, unnoticeable current beneath the surface of calm. Gravity stretches thin over these vast distances, guiding matter subtly but without urgency. The universe here is infinite in scale, yet its stillness offers the deepest sense of support and comfort you have experienced on this journey. Floating here, your mind becomes fully aligned with the vast emptiness. Thoughts dissolve naturally, like soft ripples fading on a calm lake. Breathing slows, deepens, and settles into the steady rhythm of the infinite. Muscles release completely, and the body feels light, floating freely in a space beyond all structures and limits. There is only presence, awareness, and the profound peace of infinite calm. Time itself seems to soften. There is no sense of past or future, no urgency to move or act. Moments expand gently into one another, creating a seamless experience of rest and suspension. The infinite cosmos carries you effortlessly, allowing your consciousness to rest fully, completely, and without interruption. Every part of your being becomes attuned to this deep cosmic rhythm. Occasionally, you sense faint patterns in the darkness, subtle fluctuations in density or energy, imperceptible waves in the fabric of space itself. These movements are soft, almost imperceptible, yet they reinforce the sense that the universe is alive in a quiet, patient way. Everything exists in balance, without force or conflict, a perfect harmony that extends beyond comprehension. As you float deeper into this infinite calm, your awareness expands further. You sense the vastness of space, the continuity of the cosmos, and the gentle rhythm that underpins all motion. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to control. Only the experience of being fully supported by the universe itself. The darkness, the stillness, and the infinite expanse create a profound sense of rest and comfort. In this final moment, you are suspended in the ultimate serenity of the cosmos. The journey through galaxies, clusters, superclusters, filaments, nodes, and voids has led you here, to a place where the universe exists in pure, infinite calm. All patterns, motion, and light now merge into gentle emptiness. You feel completely safe, entirely relaxed, and utterly at peace. As this journey concludes, let yourself drift here for as long as you wish, floating in the infinite expanse, breathing slowly, and absorbing the profound serenity of the cosmos. There is nothing to rush toward, nothing to worry about, only the quiet, endless calm that extends beyond all boundaries. This is the ultimate rest, the deepest relaxation, and the gentle stillness that exists at the heart of the universe.